Call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Lou, Rex, Pam Ray, Naomi, Afasiana, Babbler, Monarch Soul, Jojo, Gray Eyes, fill my eyes. Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near, and the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whispering the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. Then the art of seduction walks soft through the smoke, silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up straight and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the debo gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, oh hun, the fear, that thing when no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart, and rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with the pen, this is blood with the nickel, this is breath to the backbone, ink with the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom, the line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown and the soft don't dim. and more. Late night poets, when the clock slips past polite, we tell the truth. L&P, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Art of Seduction. I hope everyone's having a great week, and I hope you even have a better week to follow. I say it all the time. I'm like a broken record. Hey, Pam, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, I guess. No nap, but I'm doing
Well,
all
there
right.
you go.
Yeah,
Well, you know, sometimes I'd say sometimes it's better to not have a nap, but very rarely, in my
right.
opinion.
Yeah,
Although, who knows, it might mean that after the show, you'll sleep so much better. We've got to
maybe.
look on the bright side, I guess.
Always look on the bright side of life. Yes,
Exactly,
and that's
exactly.
as good as my singing gets. So that's pretty scary. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. When I took a nap today, it was such a long one that it was just like I was so groggy and out of it. It was like I was just, you know how you wake up confused about basically what day and time it is, and whether you're waking up from a nap or it's morning and you slept through the night. That was me this early evening right before I woke up to make dinner.
I hear you. Oh, I never got one today. I thought about it once and went and did something else, and then I thought about it earlier, and then I don't know, I got the hell up for some reason, and I stayed up. I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting a nap. Oh, you know how it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I know what
get
it
that.
was.
I've had those kind of days.
I told you I was going to take a nap, and then I got a phone call, and I got off of that. Well, in the middle of that phone call, I got another phone call. So I got off of that phone call, and then I called the other person back, and I was like, well, so much for sleeping. But
Right,
that
right.
8:30 putting my head down just doesn't quite work some nights. But hopefully I will sleep tonight. I didn't sleep so good last night, so hopefully it'll let me sleep tonight. Yeah,
Yep.
and that damn young pup, he should know better to swing on them chandeliers when we have
Oh,
a
I
show on
know.
Wednesday.
They're 18 years old, think they've got all this vim and vigor, and they're the
Right.
invincible, you know.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they whack their shoulder out, and that's it. Yeah, what's up with that?
Right,
I'll have to
right.
talk to him about that. Swinging from the chandeliers is only acceptable on Tuesdays and Thursdays, not on Wednesdays.
Oh, too
Ugh.
funny. Too funny.
Oh, I'm just
Um,
crazy. That's all there is to it. Well,
yeah, but
I don't see Rex.
I love it. I love those crazy jokes we all can share.
I know.
Um,
So I don't see
yeah,
Rex.
yep. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
that's okay. I said I don't see Rex, so I guess he did not manage to get back on AP. And
Yeah, I think he was quite frustrated, especially since, and well, he needed to get a contest judge, but that was no problem because it was one that I could judge for him.
oh,
Um, and but it was just really frustrating because I was trying to think of ideas of what he could do. And of course, my ideas are limited, like, reboot your phone, which of course he'd already tried.
right.
And then it was basically me asking basically stupid questions. And I'm
That's
like,
what I
yeah,
do.
you know what I mean? Like trying to be helpful, but knowing and I was like, well, I'm really sorry. I think at this point, all I can do is really offer you empathy,
Right,
because he couldn't even get on the site, and he called to ask me if I could get on, and I'm
right.
like, yes. And then I did ask if he was the I was like, one of my stupid questions was, I was like, are you using the new site now, or are you using the old site? He's like, I can't even get on.
Right.
I'm like,
I'm not using
I mean,
them.
not that he sounded that grumpy. He honestly sounded pretty calm for somebody
Uh,
like who had been trying for over an hour to get on all poetry.
right. Well, it gets really frustrating when you're
It
doing.
does. Oh my gosh.
You know. I mean,
Yes.
you try this and you try that, and then you try something else, and then you run out of ideas to try, and you
Right. And
know,
it's not like, if you call other people or even one person and they're not having the same problem, then it's not like, okay, I'll just wait it out.
right,
You know,
right.
I mean,
Well, you never know.
honestly, I think waiting it out is probably the only thing he can do,
Right.
unless it if it's still continuing tomorrow, maybe have somebody, uh, message Kevin and say, hey, I don't know if that can happen, but you know what I mean. There's
Right.
got to be,
I know what you mean.
but frustrating, very frustrating.
Right. So
And,
yeah,
but
makes you a little crazy, but what are you gonna do, right?
yep,
You know.
yep,
So Rex is not here. Gray cannot make it, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't even
I
know if
think the two of them were wrestling together. That's what I think.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think of those two that way.
Well,
God knows they weren't swinging
I
from
was
the
thinking,
chandeliers.
like manly wrestling. I wasn't thinking like, I don't know, Roman Coliseum wrestling.
I don't know. I just know that I accused Gray of swinging from the chandeliers, and I know they weren't doing that together.
There you go.
Yes,
There
yeah,
you
I know
go.
that was it. And I assume that Robbie will not be calling in until halfway through. So you got to get
Yeah,
out your. You have to get out your deep.
probably, since with his electric music shows that he likes
Yes.
to listen to.
Well, you're going to have to
So,
get out your deep voice at some point.
yeah.
We both will.
I'm just happy I had a few teenagers over here, which was nice that my son had company over, but they all went somewhere else, and so I have a nice quiet apartment.
That's always nice.
Yeah,
That's always
yeah,
nice. Me, I got
especially
the air
during this.
conditioner running. I got the fan running. I got, my son and my grandson brought me home a nice unsweetened iced tea. My life is good right now.
Oh, that is nice. That
Yep.
is nice.
And I took my medicine, so I should make it through.
Good, good. I'm glad to
Yes.
hear that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
One step ahead tonight. One step ahead. So yeah. So I don't know. We have a nice board for tonight. We got what, 19 pieces, something like
Yep,
that. I like that.
yeah,
It's
and
always
great
good.
prompts you chose, and a great theme.
Yeah, I like them. I like them. I like the noir theme. I like when I hear poetry written that way. I think it sounds so wonderful. Makes a world of difference. But
Oh yeah, it's definitely one that I wanted to write to, and I probably still will, but I'll share it like on a
on
Friday night
Friday,
or another
I hear you.
sensual night.
hmm I don't mind a sensual right on Friday. It's Frisky Friday then.
There you go.
Changes our whole dynamic. You know.
Yep, that's the great thing about Fridays
Yes,
is
ma'am. Yes,
you
ma'am.
know all
It's so
the different
quiet.
dynamics that come into play.
Yeah. It is so quiet tonight. Where the hell is
It
everybody?
is. It is. Well, that was like last night. For the longest time,
Yeah.
it was just, yeah, me and Robbie talking to ourselves.
Right. We have one listener
Yeah.
over on YouTube. That's always nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Always good to have a listener on YouTube.
Yep. Yep. One, two. You never know. Like they go up in number sometimes.
Yep.
Life is good. Um, I was just gonna say something to you. It must have been a lie. Um, Damn, I don't know.
Hmm.
That's so weird. I don't know. I guess I'll remember it later. I'm slipping.
Yeah.
I'm slipping. It's a little rough. But oh, I knew what I was going to say. Excuse me for yawning. It's not the company. It's definitely the hour. Um, how was your weather today? I already know these answers, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How was your
Oh,
weather
well,
today?
you know what? I will be happy to say that while it was hot, it wasn't as hot as it was yesterday. I got out for a little bit, not for long. Like basically, it was, like my daughter Adriel took me to run a couple small errands,
Right,
and I did not walk.
right.
But when I was outside, it was definitely warm. but it wasn't like the kind of like just horribly ugly hot it was yesterday. Like I think
Right.
it got up to about 81, which is still warm for me, but not,
Oh,
you
I would
know.
love 81 right about now. We were at 97 today.
Oh
Ugh,
God, that's just so miserable.
I know the house is
So
even
miserable.
miserable. The air conditioners aren't doing a thing. When I grow up, I'm going to get central air. I swear to God. I have to wait till I grow up.
Oh,
And
I
then,
saw this one Facebook meme, this joke, and I don't know if you saw the same one. It said, like how to cook meatloaf in your mailbox.
oh yeah, I can imagine. I haven't seen that one, but that was
Oh my God. But yeah, there's been a lot of just
yeah.
jokes of people making fun of the weather, like,
It's
because
supposed
that's all you really can do
it's supposed to
is,
be 102 here tomorrow.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I. In fact, that I didn't. I said worse things than that. I said bad words. I did.
Ugh,
It was
I would
102.
be saying bad words too. That's
Yeah.
the kind of weather where, like, the idea of going outside is only going to happen if the inside catches fire. So,
Well, I don't know. It still might be cooler inside. You never know.
oh my gosh.
Tomorrow's gonna be one of those
Oh my
days where you go
gosh.
get in the shower, get soaking wet, and come stand in front of the air conditioner and the fan. Really, I swear to God, that's like the way I see it. It's
Yep.
crazy, really crazy.
Yeah, but it looks like for most of the week we're supposed to be in the 80s with tomorrow being the highest one of 87. Though I will say, in all honesty, like when I look the weather up, um, and it, and then I go outside, the whatever they call them, like you have them by banks, the thermometers, not thermometers, but you know what I mean.
Right,
They
right.
always read a little higher.
Yeah.
So,
I'll tell you,
plus,
I'm not looking forward to tomorrow at all. I mean, the air
oh
conditioning
no,
is
that's
cutting it at
horrible. Yeah,
97. I can't imagine 102. But that's okay. I'll just I'll come up with something, even if it's wrong. I'll come up with something. Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
absolutely. Yep. No. So anyway, that concludes our weather report tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I yeah.
And,
Well,
happy Canada Day to all our Canadian poets and friends.
absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Yeah. And let's see. Saturday we're supposed to do our 250th, birthday party for America. Good Lord. Well, at least
Nice.
we'll hit that landmark before our fearless leader messes us up. I'm just going to leave it at that, Pam.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. Saw something earlier. He was going to give a long speech at one of the things.
I think I'll be skipping that.
Well, they said it's supposed to be 107 degrees, and the person was encouraging him to go ahead and do that. Make it a
Oh
really
my
long
goodness.
speech. Cheer him on. And I just laughed. I went, oh, God. Terrible. That's a terrible thing to say things like that. Not, oh, I'll behave now. Ah, telling you. I,
Yeah, I'm on the 4th of July. I will just be sitting back and enjoying myself. I'm inviting the kids over for lunch, and then doing the show, of course, at nighttime. But
right.
other than that, no particular plans that involve going outside or listening to windbags yammer
Right.
on and on.
Amen. Amen. Trying to drill it into us that everything is wonderful here. Ah, you know,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not stupid. Well, I've been called stupid. I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. That's the problem. That's what a lot of people, don't realize. But yeah. So what was I just going to say? Yeah, tomorrow's 102. Friday's 101. We're supposed to be in the high 90s again on Saturday. And Saturday I have to go to my sister's. And she better have the air conditioning on. That's what I'm going to say about
Oh,
that.
wow.
Because if not, I'm not going to make it. That's what I can say. Because at
Yeah.
her house,
Yeah.
people are running in and out the door all the damn time. So it just stays warm in there, and I can't do that. But it's all right. I'll get through it. I might be home earlier than I anticipate. I might have to join you. Yes, for your 4th of July celebration. Now tomorrow night you have the in our craft and selling art. What's your topic tomorrow?
We have a few carryovers from the last show that we did, which is, let me scroll down. Okay, so we're doing carryovers from Frank Bedart, and then we will be delving into poetry inspired by quotes by Anton Chekhov.
Nice, nice. And what do you have for echoes in the dark?
For Echoes in the Dark, also we have a few carryovers, and then we will be delving into poetry, dark poetry inspired by the art of Leslie Oldacker.
Great, very good, very good. And I have I'm looking for rights for Friday. Hint, hint, hint. Well, make me start plastering that link all over the
Hopefully, the
place.
one person listening on YouTube will take that hint.
We have two now.
Two. Okay. Well, hopefully, those two people will take that hint.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, but somebody might listen tomorrow because that's usually what happens. And whoever listens tomorrow will take that hint, right?
there you go. There
Hey,
you go.
always look on the bright side of life. We had this conversation earlier.
Yep. Yep. And
So,
it's an important lesson to remember.
mm-hmm. And yeah, so yeah, I think we're good then on all the particulars. So our next is going to be, I guess we should start the show.
There you go. I like that.
Let me see if I can figure this out because I have to get myself in a semblance of order here. It's a little difficult
Yep.
sometimes. Okay, now the first piece I'm going to put up, not the next one, is called My Cello, Your Concerto, Our Love by Monty G25. Nice. And we have an audio for this. So let me hit that button. And here goes.
My cello begs to play your tune, and let my bow arouse your swoon, a score to pacify your insatiable mind, sultry tones begging release yet to be kind. Each stroke a vibration of immense pleasure, lustful passages eagerly yearning your treasure, stroke after stroke bringing untenably intense sighs, my powerfully thrusted bow perpetuating emotive highs, each sensual pass bringing a furore of exquisite themes, desperately yearning the release, the crescendo's dreams, total unabandoned commands the intent my instrument seeks, uncontrollably calling the response of my bow's desperate peaks, immensely pleasurable vibrations engrossing lustful screams, each movement begs that which feverishly yearns to cease, bar upon bar played in search of an unadulterated release, the sensation of climatic tones looming ever so near to an explosive grand finale, my bow begins to sear. At last the coda note reaches the scored climax, players now slump in repose of blissful relax, a performance far beyond all expectation. Each encore to grant its own sensation. The cello ceases its lustful weep as the score's end finds its sleep.
Nice. Very nice. Pam, are you muted for a reason?
Because I like to be muted during audios.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
I usually do
But
too.
sadly, I could not hear that audio. I did drop and come back, hoping maybe that would fix the issue.
Oh, here we
Um,
go. Here we go tonight. I can
yeah,
feel it.
yeah. I mean, it was obviously playing but it was playing so soft with a lot of static noise.
Uh,
And for me, anyways, I'm not saying that was for everybody. I'm just saying that's how it was for me. That it just really couldn't listen to it. But I did read along, and I did read this earlier. I love his use of music language. Which gives us a beautiful consistency in tone. There is something very beautiful about not only the sound of a cello, but the curves of it and the way it's held that lends itself so well to a sensual rite. And I thought there were great lines throughout, but I especially like each movement begs that which feverishly yearns to cease, bar upon bar played in search of an unadulterated release, the sensation of climatic tones looming ever so near to an explosive grand finale, my bow begins to sear. Wonderful lines by Monty G, and very well done.
right. Yeah, I liked the piece. I thought it was great. Wonderful stanzas throughout, and I really enjoyed it very much. Um, I picked it up right from the beginning. And hang on a second. My cello begs to play your tune, and let my bow arouse your swoon. A score to pacify your insatiable mind. Sultry tones begging release, yet to be kind. Each stroke a vibration of immense pleasure. Lustful passages eagerly yearning your treasure. Stroke after stroke bringing untenably intense sighs. My powerfully thrusted bow perpetuating emotive highs. I really thought this was very well done. So, yeah, so thank you, Monty, for sharing with us tonight. Um, you know, there for a long time, Monty didn't write for Wednesdays. Am I correct? If I remember
It was
correctly,
one think he did hold back a little bit on, yeah. So
right?
it is good to see him finding more and more inspiration within the,
Right.
the sensual realm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me see. What is her number two poem? Our number two poem is, oh, okay. Pam, I'm going to give this one to you. This is called Fiddle With Me by Rick Six. Appreciate it.
All right.
I don't give those away too easily.
I feel so honored.
See?
Returning from the bedroom, stark naked, she slid the violin from my fingers and stood behind me, striking a pose. Smoke curled from her cigarette. Fiddle with me, she whispered.
Here.
End poem.
See that? Pam got a short one. Oh my
and
God.
and geez, nobody's here to make a comment about it except for me.
I made the comment, so I got it. So nobody
There
else
you
can
go.
say
There
it.
you
So,
go.
see, I was one step ahead of them. But no, this was a nice little piece, a clever brevity. Um, returning from the bedroom stark naked, she slid the violin from my fingers and stood behind me, striking a pose. Smoke curled from her cigarette. Fiddle with me, she whispered. I thought that was pretty clever, you know. and a nice take on the prompt. So that I have to say. Um,
Yeah, this was definitely fun, sexy, and clever. I did like his use of spacing in the last two stanzas to create that pause, that tension.
uh,
And yeah, I mean, it definitely, because it is only 30 words, it is difficult to separate into parts. But I have to say, yeah, besides the whole thing being nice, it really is the word play in that last line that really makes the poem. So,
right,
very, very nicely done by Rick Six. And thank you for sharing this with us.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Um, okay, hang on one second. Couple more letters to go.
no problem. I could only stretch out a comment on that poem for so long. I will say I really like that image.
Yeah, yeah, I did too.
I really, well, I liked them all, but that's just that the smoky look of that is particularly
Right,
fascinating.
absolutely. Okay. Well, the next piece I have is called Day of Days by Time Teller. So let me put this up here. And I guess I'll have to get a deep voice. Uh, anyway, let me go ahead and give this a read. I like this image that he used. So this is Day of
Oh,
Days by Time Teller. The day was long. Ground coffee granules coughed and spluttered. I needed my friend Jack to let me know not everything in this world disappears. She oozed herself in the smoky shafts of gray shadows, and a crack in the sidewalk window let the remaining daylight through. I drank Jack as she watched me, as if I was a souffle in her oven, waiting for the rise. She slipped her hands over her thighs, aiming her striptease towards my stance at the bar. Another Jack poured, waiting, as I thought of the sweet brunette this morning, offering me money to off her hubby. I watched the smoke work its way around her curves as she toyed, teasing hungry eyes. I watched that light dance over her invitations with the jealous thought of no sharing. She focused in on me, and I focused back into those eyes that have seen too much of this world. She twisted and pushed her parts forward like one of those bright neon advertising signs, garish and in your face. Yet you can't look anywhere else. I rose, cooked and ready to be eaten. Another Jack, another bottle. We were pouring over one another, and the day with its grinding coffee granules splattered over a cream leather sofa as she lay dying seemed a long way away now. I longed to suffocate myself within her neediness one more time. End poem.
great read there, Jean. I think this is an absolutely fabulous write by Time Teller. As far as I'm concerned, I really think he hit some of the points of the writing in the noir style.
Yeah.
The imagery. First of all, he's got that first person narrative.
Mm-hmm.
um the imagery, it's raw, it's gritty, but at the same time it's beautifully sensual. I like how this speaks on the idea of the desire, the need to just drown oneself in both lust and Jack Daniels. Um, there are so many great lines throughout, but I did especially like the closing stanza, and especially where it said she focused in on me and I focused back into those eyes that have seen too much of this world. She twisted and pushed her parts forward like one of those bright neon advertising signs,
Uh,
garish and in your face, yet you can't look anywhere else.
Right.
Wonderful lines and very well done.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought this was a great piece penned and a nice take on that prompt. The whole thing did not center around that prompt, but it doesn't matter. Uh, it captured it well enough, you know. Absolutely. And I picked it up. She slipped her hands over her thighs, aiming her striptease towards my stance at the bar. Another Jack poured, waiting, as I thought of the sweet brunette this morning offering me money to offer hubby. I watched the smoke work its way around her curves as she toyed, teasing hungry eyes. I watched that light dance over her invitations with a jealous thought of no sharing. Yeah, I thought this was really great. Very well done. Very well done. And it does. It has just enough of that noir flavor to it. Because, thinking about that brunette that, wanted her to, wanted him to offer hubby for money. So it goes to show he's a little bit of a shady character. And then, as you said, that the advertising signs garish and in your face. Yet you can't look anywhere else. Yeah, yeah. I thought this was good. So great job, Time Teller, and thank you for writing for the contest. Well done. See, Pam, I took a long poem and gave you a short one.
I see that I'm at right this moment. I'm marking this day on the calendar.
Okay, do not get used to it. Just saying. Oh God. Let me see what happens on this next one. Okay, well, it's going to happen again. Okay, and I'll tell you what, I got to be right back. So you are going to have to speak slowly. This is
Okay.
called Aria by Buddha. And whenever you are ready, and I'll be right back as quick as I can.
All right. Sounds good. Rapture rouses in the shadows. It performs andante, like rhythmic plucking on cue. She was grace in music, naked as a jaybird, long jet black ebony strands falling on porcelain skin, merlot lips and eyes that could melt butter, her feline contours caressing mahogany wood grain, slender fingering straddling four glistened gut strings, piercing the quiet stillness, striking melody within vibrato, silken slides in harmony. The notes sang away the minutes, each movement tearing away the fabric of time, quelling my resistance to muster. As her performance unraveled in a choreography of blended flux, seamless and radiant, until the last bow, until the last bow, she truly was poetry in motion, and all I could do was watch. End poem. Oh, what an absolutely amazing and beautiful write by Budo. You can definitely tell this was written by a magician, not magician. Well, it is truly magical, but by a musician. Um, the musical references in this are very thoughtful, wonderful imagery and metaphors. I like the sensuality in this, and the idea of being the eroticism of being the watcher, not a participator other than just observing the music being played. Um, and there are just so many great lines throughout. Um, but I did especially like Merlot lips and eyes that could melt butter, her feline contours caressing mahogany wood grain, slender fingering straddling four glistening gut strings, piercing the quiet stillness, striking melody within vibrato, silken slides in harmony. Budo, this is absolutely a beautiful write and very well done. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Absolutely. Um, the little bits and pieces of it that I kind of danced through before well, what I was putting up the topic board. Beautiful imagery in this. Let me see. She was grace in music, naked as a jaybird, long, jet black ebony strands falling on porcelain skin, merlot lips and eyes that could melt butter, her feline contours caressing mahogany wood grain, slender fingering straddling four glistening gut strings, piercing the quiet stillness, striking melody within vibrato, silken slides in harmony. Just wonderful piece. And anything having to do with music, it doesn't surprise me that Budo has a good take on that. You know what I mean? Because he knows music, whereas he can write about it and really put the finer details in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I was saying a lot of the same thing. Not the exact words, but the
Right.
idea that yes,
Yeah.
definitely,
This is
definitely.
definitely a wonderful piece pen, and yeah, yeah. I think that he captured something here. Uh,
Oh, I have to agree. But I'm going to step away now. So when you put the next one up for yourself, go ahead and just speak slowly if I'm not
well,
back.
well, you're a dirty dog because I'm typing this comment now.
Oh, okay. I'll stop until you're done comment. I'll wait. I'll wait until you're done commenting. I
Okay,
see Amy Lynn just entered, so I will say hi to Amy.
hi
Hello,
Amy.
Amy. It's good to see you. Wait, is her name? Yeah, it is. Yes.
Amy Lynn. Yes, yes. Oh my
That
God.
Georgia weather is quite.
Oh, is it hot there too? It's hot everywhere, I think. Okay.
Surprised.
What's that?
Oh, I said if it's not hot, I'll be horribly surprised.
Right, exactly. I want peaches. Just say it.
97, but felt
Yeah,
like 109. Yeah,
yeah.
that I don't know. I keep hoping every show that Amy's going to show up with a bushel full of peaches for each of us
Wouldn't that
and
be
some
nice?
peach cobbler and
Wouldn't,
peach
oh,
pie.
Amy, don't let her boss you around. If you bring the peaches, I won't complain. She can make her own. Jeez. Don't get pushy
Hmm.
now, Pam. Don't get pushy. Oh my God.
Oh, well, what kind of mistress would I be if I wasn't at least a little pushy?
I know,
Jeez.
I know, I know. Okay. This next piece is called A Noir Metropolis by Sweet Secrets. Oh, wrong place, but it's okay. Amy might be able to click that link. I don't know. I don't know how this works, if it works over there or not. So, A Noir Metropolis by Sweet Secrets. And hello, Sarahs. And this piece goes like this. A city breathes through a slightly cracked window, heavy with sins that stain the rain slicked pavement and shadows that hide the truth of a cruel innuendo. Transient loyalties, fabricated by fear and control, prowl each corner, trading their humanity for a crown, while they sell their illusion to every susceptible soul. Unconcerned by the innocence they stole, the crimson crown of my cigar glows in compromise, twisting velvet ribbons as they rise to their demise, taunting in their allure. Here, sweets and black shoes, suits, God, listen to me. Here, suits and black shoes signet the impure. Liquid from the crystal glass lingers on my lips, a golden secret stolen from the rich amber of the wood, purging my mind as I surrender to the night's coming eclipse. drowning the bitter truth in steady sips. A realm of empires built with bleeding hands, foundations standing on thin walls of trust, entirely consumed by their growing demands. Predatory plans that plague our lawless lands, while pride and broken promises precede the unjust, tightening the grip on iron-hearted bands. I contemplate in silence. The heavy ticking of my watch stretches to an agonizing crawl, slowly chasing away the remaining hours of a dangerous game, where every step becomes a wall, until the cold morning light forces me to lose it all. Ends poem. What a nice piece. Yeah, this was another great take on the prompt, actually. A lot of things are captured there. And I like the single lines in this piece. Unconcerned by the innocence they stole. Here, suits in black shoes signet the impure, drowning the bitter truth in steady sips. I contemplate in silence. Until the cold morning light forces me to lose it all. I love when I can do that, like pull out those single lines and put them together, and it still has um, some weight to it. It means something, and I think that's always clever. That's really the truth. But there's a lot of great imagery in this piece, and a very good take on the prompt, for sure. Uh, Let me see. Liquid from the crystal glass lingers on my lips, a golden secret stolen from the rich amber of the wood, purging my mind as I surrender to the night's coming eclipse, drowning the bitter truth in steady sips, a realm of empires built with bleeding hands, foundations standing on thin walls of trust, entirely consumed by their growing demands. Very nice. It's not overly sensual, but it is. What did I just do? It's not overly sensual, uh, but it has a lot of great imagery that pulls in this prompt. So definitely a great job, and thank you very much, Sweet Secrets. I liked it. Much enjoyed. Very well
And
done.
yeah, great comment there, Jean. This was nicely written. It was, like you said, it's not overly sensual. To me, it is a wonderful dark right. It's got this very strong, visceral imagery. It feels raw and gritty and edgy. I like how it's also very atmospheric.
Right.
I like how it speaks on the idea of the individuals that get lost in the shadows of the city. Um, and I thought it was again another great first person narrative. Um, I thought there were great lines throughout, but I especially like the crimson crown of my cigar glows in compromise, twisting velvet ribbons as they rise to their demise, taunting in their allure. Here, suits and black shoes signet the impure. Liquid from the crystal glass lingers on my lips. A golden secret stolen from the rich amber of the wood, purging my mind as I remember to the night's coming eclipse, as I surrender to the night's coming eclipse, drowning the bitter truth in steady sips. This had a really nice flow to it with its rhyme, and definitely a great take on that chosen prompt. I have to say that guy looks like he has a real nice jawline.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, just that it figured I'd take a moment to admire that.
Right. Right. I get it.
Yeah.
If I hadn't tripped over some of those lines, I'd have been much happier with myself. You know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get that. I have those moments.
Okay. Now, Pam, I'm coming to you for this next one, and this is called "Spent" by Joe Braz. So, whenever you are ready.
All right. Damp air thick with kiss-like suction circulates between skin and sweat, evaporative cooling. Tell you let go. Stretched out, dimpled, dumped, finished, performing silent, kicked aside, tossed like limp, wilted flowers. Dark of night covers up, no traces of the faces, eyes explore, enjoy, exhale in sexy songs, sing in bass discuss, baritone the clef of lust. Long before my glands shot through the path it hushed, my lips the smell of musk relent, flared to catch a glimpse of scent, spell broken, heavy breathing, drenched, released in sneeze like collapse, spent. End poem.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought this was a well penned interpretation of the prompt, um, and it was for prompts 5 and 6. And I think that Joe did a nice job with that. I'm looking for this. Dark night covers up, no traces of the faces. Eyes explore, enjoy, exhale in sexy songs. Sing in bass, discuss. Baritone, the cleft of lust. Long before my glands shot through the path, it hushed. Just, I don't know, just nicely done. And thanks for sharing with us tonight, Joe. Nice job.
Absolutely, absolutely. This was definitely a wonderful, sexy write. I notice in his AN he says was inspired by those two prompts because, and to me he says they could represent after, hence the theme and title spent. And I can definitely see that, and I like that. I like that. I like how he uses this strong, visceral imagery, the sounds, the movements, the imagery that all lend itself so well to that moment of right after release where there's collapsing together. And I thought there were great lines throughout. But I especially like Dark of Night covers up, no traces of the faces, eyes explore, enjoy, exhale in sexy songs, sing in bass, discuss, baritone the clef of lust. Long before my glands shot through the path it hushed. Wonderful lines and very well done by Joe Braz.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, now the next piece I'm going to put up tonight is called Noir Sonata by Zane VB. So, let me click on that. I'll give this a read. The spotlight missed her face, perhaps intentionally. Only her hands appeared moving through darkness like they had done this before. The cello rested against her with dangerous familiarity. Outside, the rain polished the city's streets. A neon sign flickered in restless red. Inside, the music gathered slowly, curling through the room, like cigarette smoke. Something in the music carried the weight of a secret. A letter never mailed, a goodbye never spoken, a name spoken once and never again. The spotlight never moved. Neither did I. I sat listening as midnight slipped past unnoticed, and every note arrived dressed in black. End poem. Nice.
Great read there, Jean. This is a beautiful and captivating atmospheric write. It's got a wonderful narrative. It's got a kind of an observational tone, which I think works really well in lending itself towards a slightly towards a Norse style. I love the imagery in this. Um, and I think there's something about when a neon sign flickering just adds so much. Like a neon sign flickered in restless red really adds to the atmosphere of the piece. But I have to say this has beautiful lines all the way through. But
Right.
I especially like inside the music gathered slowly, curling through the room like cigarette smoke. Something in the music carried the weight of a secret. A letter never mailed, a goodbye never spoken, a name spoken once and never again. The spotlight never moved, neither did I. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done by Zan VB.
Absolutely. I think that this was a great job with this piece and a nice take on that prompt. I love the imagery. Uh, Hang on, I'm writing as I'm going. Uh, Sorry. If not, I'll just be behind at the end. But there was wonderful imagery, and I like the ekphrasic uh, bit to this because the spotlight missed her face, perhaps intentionally. Only her hands appeared moving through darkness, like they had done this before. The cello rested against her with dangerous familiarity. Outside, rain polished the city streets, and a neon sign flickered in restless red. Because the whole thing about the phrases is you take an image or a picture or whatever you want to say, and you build it past that. And I agree with you on the lines you picked, Pam. But I have to say, I also like those last two couplets. I sat listening as midnight slipped past unnoticed, and every note arrived dressed in black silk. I thought that they were great lines and a wonderful way to end this piece. So very well done, and thank you, Zane, for sharing with us. I really liked it very much. Yes, yes, yes. And hang on, I'm still copying and pasting and doing my thing. Now I have to say thank you. Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yep, that's me. Yep. Don't forget to work tonight. Oh my God. Yeah, this was a great one. I enjoyed it. I, yeah, I just thought it was a clever piece. Very clever. And yes. Hey, Pam, you get a rest. This next
What's
piece,
that?
you're going to get a rest on this one.
Oh my goodness gracious.
How you like that? How you like them apples? Oh, Amy's talking to us. Let's see what Amy is saying. I sat listening as midnight slipped past unnoticed. Yeah, I love that. I loved those last two lines. I thought they were great. Absolutely. Let me see now. Okay, this piece is called "The Day of the Jackal" by Eric Svensson, and Eric was kind enough to give us an audio. Works for me. I like it. And let me hit the button.
The Day of the Jackal, Jaipur, India's Pink City, delayed flights, late arrival, monsoon time no boon, but ideal camouflage for the mission. Diverge, divulge, sabotage, shadow shimmered, glimmered like raven wings raking, staking dark, dank stairs, climbing with scratchy claws and muffled calls. No fatal attraction flaw possible in this past midnight mission moroseness. Hands of an assassin, no time to shudder, turned in towards its own throat. Day of the Jackal, storm blasted electrical circuits. She cussed as the unlatched door scratched open with a deep throat moan. He stood motionless, powerful assassin hands stretched upwards, veined intention spread towards its own silent throat. Intense realism of a black and white Caravaggio moment immediately ignited her feral instincts. A film noir freeze frame of crowning of thorns, candlelit by a seven-branched menorah, motionless, yet his mind meniscus trembles palpable. Jaipur, India's pink city, inopportune thunder whiplash crush, lubricious forked lightning tongues licked towards her cleavage. Sulphury stench quickened her thought processes. Acrid taste of carbide on her tongue. No longer bedraggled raven wings scraping up dusty stairs. Her cashmere coat dropped on mute marble. Alabaster nudity, her only foil. Diverge, divulge, sabotage, end home.
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Nice job. Well done, Eric. Pam, what are you doing? Cut it out.
Oh, I thought this was a wonderful, wonderful write by Eric. As always, he's got amazing imagery and metaphors, clever wordplay. I like his use of spacing, his attention to detail. I like how he creates an atmosphere in this, a dark atmosphere in a society where one has to be filled with grit and the ability to think quickly in order to survive. Um, and it's definitely wonderful, dark storytelling with some little touches of that dark sensuality. And I thought there were great lines throughout, but I especially like hands of assassin, no time to shudder, turned in towards its own throat, day of the jackal, monsoon storm blasted electrical circuits. She cussed as the unlatched door scratched open with a deep throat moan. He stood motionless, powerful assassin, hands stretched upwards, vain intention spread towards its silenced throat, intense realism of a black and white Caravaggio moment. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very, very well done. And the Caravaggio, if I'm remembering right, is actually a very clever reference to he's one of many artists, or they are one of many artists that I believe um, painted the subject of the beheading of John the Baptist.
Mm,
So,
excellent.
um, yeah. So excellent, right by Eric, and very well done.
Right, right. Yeah, I thought this was a great write by Eric. I enjoyed the imagery throughout. It had a James Bond feel in the piece, you know, which is always kind of has that sway about it. Um, that personality of James Bond always has that kind of, I don't know, what's the word I want, Pam? You should know these things. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to sit and dwell on it. I picked up part of the stanza that you ended with. Um, A film noir freeze frame of Crowning of Thorns, candle lit by a 7-branch menorah, motionless, yet his mind, meniscus, trembles, palpably, palpable. Jaipur, India's pink city, inopportune thunder, whiplash crash. Lubricious forked lightning tongues licked toward her cleavage. Sulphury stench quickened her thought process. Acrid taste of carbide on her tongue. No longer bedraggled, raven wings scraping up dusty stairs. Her cashmere coat dropped onto mute marble. Alabaster nudity, her only foil. Diverge, divulge, and sabotage. Yeah, I think this was a really nicely done piece, and thanks for sharing with us tonight, Eric. Yeah, great job. Great job.
Absolutely.
Yes. So let me see. Now, Pam, I'm coming back to you, of course. I say that direction. He goes, "Well, of course you are." I say, "Yes, I am."
What's that?
I said, if I said to you, "I'm coming back to you," to Rex, he would have said, "Well, of course you are." Uh, Amy Lynn says Caravaggio also well known for his use of light and dark. Pretty good. You guys are such smart cookies. Absolutely. Okay, now this piece I'm putting up for you, Pam, is called Play Me in Noir by Red Summertime.
All right. Getting back to where I need to be.
Okey-dokey.
Play me when evenings start to bleed, their violet wine and sirens howl, while neon feeds on human need as strangers hunt and longings prowl. There are cities that teach you how to live, and there are cities that quietly rehearse your disappearance. Play me when your caution drowns in gin, and fate returns with all its debts. Play me for every fall begins by letting in nights that reek of silk and cigarettes. My city taught me to recognize loneliness by the sound of heels crossing wet pavement. Play me when you smile at no one in the crowd, yet every eye believes the lie. Some loves arrive without a shroud, and some are born ready to die. She entered the stage the way a lie enters a marriage, beautiful enough to be believed and patient enough to become the truth. You glided in sable from throat to heel, the sort of beauty mirrors keep, with spells that make a sinner kneel and carry you like lost sleep. A ruby flower burned your dress, one shoulder bare as moonlit sin. Each fold suggested tenderness, yet hid the blade you kept within. The oldest mistake a heart can make is believing that danger announces itself with thunder. Your perfume breathed cedar and spice. You wore a secret dangerous and sweet. You smiled with devastating eyes. I laid the stars beneath your feet. Danger arrives dressed in velvet, smelling faintly of cedar, smoke, and expensive regret. It smiles as though it already knows the ending. Play me like rain on a taxi's pane. Play me with fingertips scripting sins into steam. I am the hour you dared not pass. I am the door left open into dreams. By dawn, you stood beside the door, a silhouette in pearled smoke. I knew I crave you more and more, while all the vows I made lay broke. By morning, you don't mourn the woman who vanished into the fog. You mourn the man who believed she would stay. End poem.
Nice read, Pam. This is a nice piece by Red Summertime. I'm not sure. God, I'm not sure where I wanted to go with it. I thought I knew. I guess I'll take it from here. She entered the stage the way a lie enters a marriage, beautiful enough to be believed, impatient enough to become the truth. You glided in sable from throat to heel, the sort of beauty mirrors keep, with spells that make a sinner kneel and carry you like lost sleep. A ruby flower burned your dress, one shoulder bare as moonlit sin. Each fold suggested tenderness, yet hid the blade you kept within. I mean, there's a lot of great lines in this. Originally, I was going to pick something up at the top, but of course, I was going to pick "Play Me When Your Caution Drowns in Gin." I was going to go there, but I said, "Nah, it's too easy. People would expect me to take that one," so I did not. But very nicely done, Red. Um, I enjoyed this. I think there was just a lot of wonderful lines all the way through. It's a nice job. Pam, what are those R's in circles? What do they mean? Do you
I
know?
was going to ask you the same thing. I mean, I know that means like, like basically it's something like registered, like it's something to do with, like
I wasn't sure. I thought I'd ask
the rights, when you have the rights to something, but I don't understand why it's only on certain stanzas. And I don't like, and maybe Red could answer that better. Like,
you. Right.
I kind of like have an understanding of what it is and what it means. I just don't really get why it isn't either at the beginning of the whole poem, the end of the whole poem, both, and why it's just specific stanzas.
Hmm.
I find that very interesting. I
Maybe
don't know.
he's
Maybe Amy or somebody else knows.
maybe he's used those lines before and just carried them into another piece.
Oh,
I don't know
that
for sure. I mean, that's
yeah.
total guesswork on my part. But
And I haven't seen it on anybody else's poetry. I mean, I've seen
yeah,
that
me
symbol
neither.
before, but not like this.
Right, right. Yeah. But yeah, nice take on the prompt as well. So thank you, Red
Oh.
Summertime, for sharing with us tonight. Um, did you comment, Pam? You might
I
have.
actually don't think I did.
Okay,
Or
good.
I don't, no, I
Well, I
did
feel
not.
better.
I did not. Um, I think this had a beautiful imagery, wonderful atmosphere. It was a very lyrical piece, especially with the rhyme and the flow and the use of repetition. Um, I thought there were and there was really, it was so much a treat for the senses. I especially liked your perfume breathed cedar and spice. You wore a secret dangerous and sweet. You smiled with devastating eyes. I laid the stars beneath your feet. Wonderful emotive lines and very well done.
Right, right. Good night, Amy. Amy had to go.
Have a
She had
good
to go to
night,
bed.
Amy.
Okay. So the next piece I'm going to put up is called Gangster Love by Truth Chills. And give me a second to put it over here. And here we go. All right. I'm going to give this one a read. Half-lit hallways, worn-down carpet, every door a number. 8 was ours, reserved every week, very discreet. Pinstripe suit, fob watch dangles. Silk tie shines in the dim light. Oxford shoes glide across the shaggy carpet. Sexy oozes floor to ceiling, but the fedora has me drooling. He locks the world behind the wood, steps close to me just like he should. A smoky laugh, a heavy sigh, the steady fire in his eyes. My fringed dress catches on the glow. We move into a rhythm slow. Safe inside our numbering 8, beyond the sirens past the gate. A shared secret, a high stakes night. No second lost between the light. No shadows long on velvet chairs. We leave the city and its cares. He tips the brim and holds me tight. The mystery stays with us tonight. Through every risk and winter sun, he knows he's still my gangster love. End poem. Nice. Nice piece.
It really is. And great read there, Jean. This is fabulous storytelling. The end lines the mention of he knows he's still my gangster love gives me a Bonnie and Clyde kind of feel to it. This has some nice rhyme and flow, wonderful imagery. She definitely, with her attention to detail on the clothing, like the mention of the pinstripe suit, the fob watch dangles, and the fedora. Like that's a great line there. Oxford shoes glides across the shaggy carpet, sexy oozes floor to ceiling, but the fedora has me drooling.
Right.
Oh, I have to agree. A man who can pull off a nice classy hat, like, and I mean a classy hat, not like, wearing some trucker hat backwards.
Yeah.
I'm going to get myself in trouble for saying that.
You sound like you're
But
in Wisconsin.
yes, yes.
It sounds like
I know. And there are plenty of sexy truckers, no doubt about that. But, tonight it's all about the fedora.
Yeah.
All about the fedora and what it adds. And I realized that she grabbed a lot of the imagery, got inspiration for a lot of the imagery from looking at the photographs, but I feel like she took it and made it all her own. This is definitely a wonderful story, right? Great, like I said, great attention to detail. I also really like where it says, my fringe dress catches on the glow. We move into a rhythm slow, safe inside our numbering 8, beyond the sirens, past the gate. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done.
Hmm. Yeah, this was nicely penned. I thought there was great stanzas throughout and wonderful imagery. Also, a wonderful take on the prompt. That's for sure. Because I laughed because as I'm reading this, I'm saying, doesn't she have on the fedora? So I just went over and checked, and they both have on a fedora. So I felt better. Because I thought, God, my brain is like falling apart here. Um, yeah, so, great take on that prompt. Now, hang on a second. Gotta make sure I do this correctly. Ah! These are the lines I picked up. Pinstripe suit, fob watch dangles. Silk tie shines in the dim light. Oxford shoes glide across the shaggy carpet. Sexy oozes floor to ceiling. But the fedora has me drooling. He locks the world behind the wood, steps close to me just like he should. A smoky laugh, a heavy sigh, the steady fire in his eyes. My fringed dress catches on the glow. We move into a rhythm slow. Safe inside our numbering 8, beyond the sirens, past the gate. I think that's everything you just said. So,
Well, some good lines. They're
yeah,
worth
right.
repeating.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, Truth Chills, for sharing with us. Wonderful job. Great take on that prompt. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me find out where the hell I belong now. Here we go. Okay. This next piece is called Honey. Oh, never mind. I have to park it somewhere so I can figure it out. Okay. This next piece is called Honey Gathering. Gathering. I think there's a meaning to that. But I have an audio for this. So let me hit that button. And here we go.
With a threadbare hope caught in a shaking voice, he asked, "Tell me, child of God, do you trust me?" She was all a firm yet humble echo of astonishment, answering only with a questioning look. Close those lovely petals, let those bright eyes drown in the dark.
She followed the instruction almost absent-mindedly,
Led by the voice, by the thankful murmurs of life's bewilderment. Then he dipped his tool into a honey vat, a jar heavy with the blood-sweet sap
of a patient.
Linden,
Part those pearl-white lips, wait for the hour.
fate has set aside
For you,
with the faintest flicker of quiet hesitation.
she opened
Her scarlet-tinted mouth.
Well done. Yes. So I don't know. Pam, you want to go first?
Sure,
Thank you.
sure. Yeah, I'll definitely have to listen to that
Oh,
audio.
you can't hear it? Ah, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, but I mean, it's obviously working. It just, for some reason, I can't
Right.
hear them tonight.
I'm
But
sorry.
no problem, no problem. But I'm definitely going to listen later because I have enjoyed his audios in the past that he makes with Suno. I think he's got a great choice, it seems, in music. This had a wonderful, surreal, and dreamlike quality to it. A amazing imagery and metaphors. It's got a nice touch of dark sensuality, but that dark sensuality that doesn't, to me, cross a line, but just really adds to the atmosphere to the piece. And there's beautiful lines throughout, but I especially like close those lovely petals, let those bright eyes drown in the dark. She followed the instruction almost absent-mindedly, led by the voice, by the thankful murmurs of life's bewilderment. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. I'm going to go take a look at which one was
It,
prompt
it's the man,
7.
man and the woman
So,
sitting at a table looking at each other.
aha, okay. I think that's the first time I've seen someone take that. I
Right.
like that image.
Right.
That is a great image for inspiration.
Yeah.
The way they're looking at each other, you can just imagine all kinds of conversation going on.
Right.
So,
Right. I have to say the voice and the music chosen reminded me a lot of Leonard Cohen. It had that kind of a feel to it, you know. So I thought that was kind of clever. It's kind of what drew me in, for the music.
oh, I like that. I like that. And I will definitely have to give a listen later.
Right, right. I gotta change that word. Oh my god.
I
Yes,
also like the wordplay of the title. That was clever. Gathering and then also got the ring, you
mm,
know. Yep.
um, yes. Uh, God, I'm so slow. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. I
I don't know why I'm so behind all of a sudden, but what are you gonna do, right?
right,
Um,
exactly. Exactly.
let me see. Yeah, I took this. Well, first off, yeah, I thought he did a nice job with the piece. She did a nice. I don't know. She. I don't know.
Um, I get the impression of he, but it could be wrong.
Okay, well, I think Olka did a fine job. How's that? Gets me out of
There
having
you go.
any, uh, decisions. Anyway, I thought it was nice, nice job with the piece and a good take on the prompt. The sound and the music did remind me of Leonard Cohen a lot, and a clever write or clever lines throughout is what I wrote. Chris can't read what I said. Um, she was all a firm yet humble echo of astonishment, answering only with a question and look. Close those lovely petals, let those bright eyes drown in the dark. She followed the instruction almost absent mindedly, led by a voice, by the thankful murmurs of life's bewilderment. Um, yeah, oh, yeah, it's a good piece. And very, very clever, very nicely done. So thank you, Oka, for sharing with us tonight. I'm getting there, Pam.
All right.
God, I'm
All
so
right.
darn slow sometimes. Uh, I am. I hate it. I get myself.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Okay, well, it is your read, and I have to say I am glad. Nothing personal. I don't know if this one's long or short though, but this one is called uh, "Perchance of Her I'll Dream" by Ravenous Pen. So let me put it up for you if I can find it. There we go. Okay, and it is up now. So whenever you are ready.
Aha. Yes, I remember reading this one earlier and thinking, I hope it gets given to Rex.
Yeah,
But
well, or
obviously,
is yours
that's
for
not
me?
going to happen.
Or
That's
is
all
yours?
right. That's all right. I'll be happy to read
I think
this.
this would have been good in Rex's voice, though. I have to.
Oh, absolutely. It really would have. Absolutely. All right. So this is Perchance of Her I'll Dream by Ravenous Pen. Her silk is a pyre, one that melts ironed will. Her curves a maestro enslaving eyes to follow tempo, drowning they that approach with field of dress train frills. None yet have heard her melodies, leaving many in wait though. But oh, to be that spruce wood cello that she clings upon, to have her touch me with such tender, unhindered caress, rosin her bow and glide across me with intent. For this I long. She sets the rhythm and tone, such music we would make, divine no less. Though monochromatic, we would hit every note, a symphony she wrote. Her hands would grace my form, and together we become one. Watch as she grasps the neck. I imagine it my throat, and I'd be her tool, since her bow-laden fingers I would. Uh, and I'd be her tool under her bow-laden fingers I would be undone orchestral astral projection that it would be truly for the climax of the sonata. Into heaven it shall reach, and aft she would care for me, that once more of use I shall be. But for a fourscore of encores unto her I must beseech. The first would be staccato, short but powerful, to steal my soul. Legato, to follow, tightly connected, elongation perfected. But then she would demand tenuto, the fullness for her I would hold. Perhaps a final sostenuto, that forever we shall be connected. Alas, I am man, and so upon this scene a curtain falls, and for now I must bid her a good-bye as morning calls. I look upon the sunrise as it does softly gleam, longing once more to sleep. Perchance of her I'll dream. End poem.
It's a great piece. Um, I thought it was an excellent sensual piece and great stanzas throughout. Wonderful imagery and a great take on the prompt. Now, I have to go over and double check myself on the prompt comment, but I'm pretty sure that it is. Yeah, it's the woman standing with the cello in that clingy kind of dress. So good for her. Okay, but yeah, wonderful imagery and a great take on the prompt, as I said.
I saw.
And I'm sorry. What did you say, Pam?
I hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. It's just that Ray stepped in and said something to
Oh,
me, so I was
okay,
muting myself.
okay.
All right.
That's what I heard.
Be
Okay,
right back.
okay. And I picked it up here. But oh, to be that spruce wood cello that she clings upon, to have her touch me with such tender, unhindered caress, rise in her bow and glide across me with intent. For this I long. She sets the rhythm and tone. Such music we would make, divine no less. Those monochromatic, we would hit every note. Though monochromatic, we would hit every note. A symphony, she wrote. Her hands would grace my form, and together we become one. Watch as she grasped the neck. Imagine at my throat, and I'd be her tool. Under her bow-laden fingers, I would be undone. I even grabbed the next one too. Orchestral astral projection. That it would be, truly, for the climax of the sonata into heaven, it shall reach. And aft she would care for me, that once more of use I shall be. But for a fourscore of encores, unto her I must beseech. I thought they were great lines. So thank you, Ravenous Pen, for sharing with us. Wonderful job. Glad I sent you that contest link. Great job.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. I have to agree. Yeah, this is beautifully captivating. I like the how it gives it alludes to Shakespeare's perchance to dream from lines from Hamlet's from his play Hamlet. Um, I not Hamlet the play, but the character. But you know what I mean. Anyways, it
Right.
definitely has with the references and the rhyme and the flow, especially the inner and end use of rhyme. It lends itself well to a Shakespeare style, right? It definitely was one of those that I sadly was tripping over quite a bit, but I loved it. It was the language is beautiful. The use of personification
Yes.
is beautiful. Um, there's great lines throughout. I like how it speaks on having this kind of envy, like watching this woman hold this cello, play this cello, and having this envy towards wanting to be that cello.
Yeah.
And I thought there were great lines throughout. But I did especially like where it says, the first would be staccato, short but powerful to steal my soul, legato to follow, tightly connected, elongation perfected. But then she would demand tenuto, the fullness for her I would hold, perhaps a final sostenuto, that forever we shall be connected. Oh,
Right.
beautiful lines and very well done.
I also like
And
his use of language in some of those lines.
oh, yes,
You don't see the word beseech very often, but it works
you
in his
don't,
rights.
you don't.
But it
Um,
definitely works in his rights. There's a few more I just haven't. Uh,
yes, yes.
right,
I've
right,
seen him write for before for other contests. I think for me mainly, he tends to write for the dark show.
right.
Um, which makes sense given his style. But very
Right.
talented poet for sure.
I
But
like the audio
no,
he gave us the other night. He gave us an audio and it was really Excellent. I was
Oh,
hoping to go to this one
nice.
for tonight, but
Ah,
we all know life gets in the way.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I look forward to hearing future audios. So,
Yeah, me too.
very nicely done.
Mm.
But yeah, no, my teenager came in to tell me that the sun was red and there was smoke in the air, and he thought maybe Canada was on fire. And I said, well, that's completely a possibility considering they're setting off fireworks.
Yeah, right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Mm. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know. Buddha said, "You and Pam, what a pair," and he laughed. Do I think that was funny, or do I think that was being snarky? I don't know.
I don't know, but hey,
I
I
said, "Yes,
guess
we are."
I'll
I
I'll
said,
take
"Yes,
it
we
as
are."
either or.
Yeah. I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yes, we are." That was me.
Yes, we are. We are a fabulous duo.
Dynamic duo. That's us.
Dynamic, yes.
Ah, hey, we do what we can. You know. Okay, this next piece is by Ed Hunter called Like Tigers. I hunted her with a passionate spirit. Her lair was hidden deep in the forest, but I found her place, you won't believe. And even if you tried, you would never encounter her rapture. The most splendid and audacious bond you could ever imagine. We made love like tigers deep in the jungle. Hunger fell to our claws and fangs. Every taste was like molten flesh. We plunged deep into a turbulent force. We were victims of an unusual perception. Our bodies were truly consumed into the night. We were one single river in the wilderness, flowing through ecstasy. As a soft violin sounds from the treetops, our hidden sweetness bloomed among the birds and leaves. Our minds intertwined with such intensity that our bodies fell into slumber. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. Oh, what an absolutely amazing, sensual and beautiful erotic write by Ed Hunter. And how clever that somebody whose last name is Hunter would have a poem that starts with "I hunted her with a passionate spirit." I
Absolutely.
really like that. Um,
Yep, yep.
and this has wonderful imagery and metaphors, these beautiful sensual lines. I like how it's all about this lust that doesn't hold back.
Right.
And I really especially liked the most splendid and audacious bond you could ever imagine. We made love like tigers deep in the jungle. Hunger fell to our claws and fangs. Every taste was like molten flesh. We plunged deep into a turbulent force. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done.
Nice. Nice comment, Pam. Yeah, I thought this was a nice write by Ed. Great lines throughout, and I enjoyed the imagery. I was going to pick up, something that you took, but that's okay. I picked it up here. We were victims of an unusual perception. Our bodies were truly consumed into the night. We were one single river in the wilderness, flowing through ecstasy. As a soft violin sounds from the treetops, our hidden sweetness bloomed among the birds and leaves. Our vines intertwined with such intensity that our bodies fell into a slumber. I thought they were good lines as well. Just a clever piece. So nice job, Ed, and thank you for sharing with us. And TONIGHT. Dot dot dot. Okay, let me go back over here. Okay. Hello, Janice T. Not that she can hear me. But sounded good. Well, I
There
don't know
you
where.
go. And you
I
never
don't.
know. Maybe she'll be listening later and she'll say, oh, listen to that. He said hi to
Right.
me.
Right. Well, just so you know, Robbie's piece is up next. So I would guess he is not calling.
I
So
know he said something about going out to take pictures of the fireworks, the same fireworks that caught Canada on fire. So
that's right.
I, yeah.
That's
Um,
fun. So I'm gonna put Robbie's piece up, and it is your read, I believe.
all right. Yes. All right. Curves by Robbie's Poetry. She straddles her instrument of choice, caresses it like a lover, cuts out curves of notes and codas of music, denouements of music like the conclusion of lovemaking, every turn of musical phrase, a turning of another page of love's song. She cradles the sounds of those notes, curves, with tenderest care, coaxing out sensually dark notes of love in reddest light, a siren of love's power shining forth in the neon splashed night. The strings of her instrument shudder under her fingertips' caress as she undresses each musical phrase in the boudoir of night's calm. She brings forth the healing of love when it is cast in dark streets. Under the watchful eye of a winking crescent moon, she sighs as she lets herself go, all passion and arousal flowing from fingertips to strings grown warm, autoerotic arousal of the plucking of one note, then the next, carrying love's song along, bringing forth sensuality and love in a subtle yet soul deep song. The conclusion of the song is reached, and her fingers reach deeper, longing to feel each note's secret meaning. Each note is played with more tender caress, each note along the music staff undressed, and the petite mort of music is reached with one final finger's dance, drawn out long and slow, played along a single string, a string that quivers with tension, then releases, announcing the end of a secret night's elusive song. End poem. I think you're on mute, Jean.
Why, yes, I was. Thank you for letting me know. I was over here and trying not to be noisy because I had a cough. Um, yeah, this is a beautiful write by Robbie. Wonderful imagery and fabulous lines throughout. I started out, I wanted to pick up the first three stanzas, but then I was like, oh, yeah, but I like these too. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, but I'll go with the first three. She straddles her instrument of choice, caresses it like a lover, cuts out curves of notes and codas of music, denouements of music like a conclusion of lovemaking. Every turn of musical phrase, a turning of another page of love song. She cradles the sound of those notes, curves with tenderest care, coaxing out sensually dark notes of love in reddest light. A siren of love's power, shining forth in the neon splashed night. The strings of her instrument shudder under her fingertips' caress as she undresses each musical phrase in the boudoir of night's calm. She brings forth the healing of love when it is cast in dark streets under the watchful eye of a winking crescent moon. But there really was more to it than just that. I mean, I could have really kept going down. I think that Robbie did a great job with this. So well done, and thank you for sharing with us, Robbie. Happy Canada Day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this had a nice consistency in tone, wonderful imagery and metaphors. Um, and I like all the musical references that he makes throughout the poem. I thought that was nicely done.
Right.
And they just I like how it speaks on both love and desire. and finding the depth within the music, within the love and the desire. um and I thought there were just beautiful lines throughout, but I especially like she sighs as she lets herself go, all passion and arousal flowing from fingertips to strings,
Yeah.
grown warm, autoerotic arousal of the plucking of one note, then the next, carrying love's song along, bringing forth sensuality and love in a subtle yet soul deep song. Wonderful, wonderful lines and very well done.
Right. Nice comment, Pam. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, okay, this next piece is called We Sing by Bettina Shomo. And let me get started. We come together, my lover, my friend. The music of you keeps me close. I will always sing for you. Closing my eyes, waiting, wanting, my excitement builds, my joy, such an anticipation. The door opens, your hello, your desire speaks. Music to my ears, nothing better, such a powerful song. In the darkness of the night, sultry sounds fill the air. The keys of the piano, the trumpet sounds. My arms are open, they speak, join me. Your embrace pulls me close. It speaks, I listen. Play me. I hear your moans, love at its peak. The movement of your body upon mine speaks. I listen for the sweet lyrics, joining you, we sing. Music to my ears, we fit. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. Well, this is a lovely, heartfelt right, speaking on true love and the desire of two people who have this deep connection and truly fit together. I like how it's really heartfelt in the way it speaks on the idea of having two people. Um, and I thought there was great lines throughout, but I especially like your embrace pulls me close. It speaks, I listen. Play me, I hear your moans. Love at its peak. The movement of your body upon mine speaks. I listen for the sweet lyrics. Joining you, we sing. Music to my ears, we fit. Wonderful lines by Bettina Shomo and very well done.
Absolutely. I thought this was nicely penned, sensual, right? Nice imagery throughout, uh, and very clever. I mean, I think that she um, went with the music of the night. You know, we come together, my lover, my friend. The music of you keeps me close. I will always sing for you. Closing my eyes, waiting, wanting. My excitement builds, my joy, such an anticipation. The door opens, your hello, your desire speaks. Music to my ears, nothing better. Such a powerful song. I like that first stanza. There was more to it that I liked, but I don't want to get like silly and pick two or three or whatever, because I can do that. But yes, sir. Thank you, Bettina Shomo, and I appreciate you sharing with us tonight. Absolutely. Well, Pam, what do we have? We have one, two. We have three left. I think we can do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Here we go. This next piece I'm going to put up for you is called. It's called Like Any Other Wednesday by Macris.
All right. Rain confessing alibis against the glass, darkened smoke unhooking the hours as they pass. Sitting alone, wrapped deep in velvet black, a soft cascade of light falls down her back. Moonlit hair falls silver down her curves. Eyes betray hunger, even darkness yearns. Sequin dress clings tight, yet hints at more. Each careful breath unravels toward the floor. Her waist could teach the willows how to sway. Dying light lingers where her crossed legs lay. Her fingers gloved tap rhythm on the chair, waiting for someone who's not even there. The door kept watch as calm settled to grace, but nothing had moved, not a single trace. The clock keeps watch with each booming click. Her longing deepens, air turns slow and thick. If love had arrived, it never showed its face, and the room grows smaller in its empty space. Smoke caressing cloudy pearl along her throat, curling through all the promises they broke. Cupid's bow, ruby lips, a quiet fire trembling underneath. Unspoken desire, lips were mine, not hers, hidden from view. How I prayed she'd wait for me, not you. End poem.
What an ending. Oof. Not you. Yeah, there was a lot of wonderful imagery in this, and I really liked the way she wrote it. Macros, I think you did a fine job. Uh, and I think I have to behave and stop typing. I do. I'm going to pick it up here. Moonlit hair falls silver down her curves. Eyes betray hunger. Even darkness yearns. Sequin dress clings tight, yet hints at more. Each careful breath unravels towards the floor. Her waist could teach the willows how to sway. Dying light lingers where her crossed legs lay. Her fingers gloved tapped rhythm on the chair, waiting for someone who's not even there. The door kept watch as calm settled to grace, but nothing had moved, not a single trace. The clock keeps watch with each booming click. Her longing deepens, air turns slow and thick. Just wonderful imagery and a nice take on that prompt, actually. So very well done, Macros. Much enjoyed. Yes. Uh, what did you think, Pam? Let me
Oh,
see.
I thought this was beautiful. It was a strong, emotive write, wonderful imagery and metaphors, great rhyme and flow. It does have that sadness to it, but it beautifully is speaks on desire, lust, obsession, and betrayal. The idea of wanting to be with someone and knowing that you missed that opportunity. And there really is great lines throughout, but I especially like the second and third stanza. So beautifully written and very well done.
Right. Oh, you mean the two stanzas that I took? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even hear honestly which two stanzas you took,
Oh,
but
see how you
yes.
are? You're not even paying any attention to me. The nerve of some people. Let me see what I have. Okay, Pam, this is going to bring me to you for Nocturne of Yearning by A.L. Phelps. If I had realized that she was going to have to leave, I would have moved it up a little bit. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me think about this. No, never mind. Ah! Okay, hon, whenever you're ready.
All right.
I'm so used to her giving audios. Ah, my bad.
Right, right. I know, and you wouldn't have wanted to miss out on that. All
Well,
right. So this is Nocturne of Yearning by A.L. Phelps. This room holds nothing but the cigarette smoke and sin of men. On the stage she stands like beauty in the dark, delicate hands wound around the neck of wood and string, tension in the bow, like the tension between elegance and ruin. She plays the kind of music that leaves fingerprints are on men's souls, every note an aching bruise, a forbidden melody echoed in her stance. It's a soulful vibrato in velvet, a late night tremolo that feels like the satin pooling at her feet. These wolves hunger for her nocturne of yearning. She plays like she's making love to something that's already destroyed her. Heaven help me. I want to claim those hands that push and pull the music to the edge of surrender. I want to fall into the beauty of her ruin. End poem.
Great read, Pam. Um, yeah, this is fabulous. An excellent piece penned by A.L. Phelps. I loved it all the way through. There's not a line I didn't really like, I gotta say. Um, Wonderful imagery, and I like the field it played behind this. Hang on a second, I gotta drop the line so I can pay attention to what I was doing. This room holds nothing but the cigarette smoke and sin of men. On the stage, she stands like beauty in the dark. Delicate hands wound around a neck of wood and string, tension in the bow like the tension between elegance and ruin. I I only grabbed that much because then I started like just paying more attention. I was like, there's not a bad space in this. She plays the kind of music that leaves fingerprints on men's souls. Every night, every note, an aching bruise, a forbidden melody echoed in her stance. It's a soulful vibrato in velvet, a late night tremolo that feels like the satin pooling at her feet. I mean, it really is just a wonderful piece and an excellent take on the prompt. So, wonderful job, A.L. Phelps. Great read, Pam. I'm going to say it again.
Thank you, and great comment there, Jean.
Thank you.
This is absolutely a beautiful write by Amy. This definitely has the noir feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful take on the chosen prompt. Beautiful and brilliant imagery and metaphors. This is a nice balance of darkness and sensuality created within the atmosphere of the rite. I thought there were such great lines all the way through, but I especially like I want to claim those hands that push and pull the music to the edge of surrender. I want to fall into the beauty of her ruin. Wonderful lines and very well done by A.L. Phelps.
Yeah, this is great all the way through. Absolutely. Okay, now let me see what I have. The last piece for tonight is called, well, I never know until I post it because I have to make sure. Um, hey, Macris. This is called Crowded Theater by Tribalmen. Okay, let me get my act together. That's one of the neat prompts. I forgot that I even put that one in. Crowded Theater by Tribalmen. Square frame glasses resting on the bridge of her nose. Raven black hair pulled back in a ponytail. Nylon long legs wrapped together like two snakes, intertwined in black heels. 8 by 12 office pad sitting on her lap. Blue pen between French tip nails. Answered all of her questions asked of me. After the clock had expired, she paused and said, "Can I ask you a question? What type of woman are you looking for?" "It's been so long," I stammered. "Give me an answer, written written down, at next month's session." "Okay," I said. Lying in bed, woke up at 3:59 a.m. with this thought racing in my mind. Grabbed a notebook at the nightstand. This is what I wrote down. A woman who can fake an orgasm in a crowded theater. End poem. Well,
Strong imagery and captivating lines. Great use of kind of a little bit of back and forth dialogue. I like the
I can't hear you, Pam.
snippet out of a detective novel. And I thought there's great lines throughout, but I did especially like the description of the woman in the first three stanzas. And really, really clever lines throughout and nicely done.
Right. Well, gosh, excuse me. I'll clear my throat eventually. I thought this was nicely penned, and it did have a nice conversational segment in it. Um, you know, eh, he had a great description of the woman. Answered all her questions asked of me. After the clock had expired, she paused and said, "Can I ask you a question? What type of woman are you looking for?" "It's been so long," I stammered. "Give me an answer written down at next month's session." "Okay," I said. Lying in bed, I woke at 3:59 a.m. with this thought racing through my head. I grabbed a notebook and a nightstand. This is what I wrote down. A woman who can fake an orgasm in a crowded theater. Now that's something to aspire to, you know?
Oh my goodness gracious, right?
That's right.
Right?
So nicely done, Tribal Man. Uh, clever piece. And yeah, well done. Yep, yep, yep. Well, that concludes our
And
poetry.
great show tonight, Dean.
Thank you. It was a great bunch of poems we had. We had a lot of really wonderful ones. So I look forward to next time. And thank you for spending the evening with me again, Pam. You lucky duck. Um, you know, poor thing.
Always a pleasure.
You're so nice. You're such a
Except
fickle.
when I'm sleeping. Then sleeping is more of the pleasure.
Amen. Oh, that's the truth. God, I think I'm going to just crash after this. Um, yeah. Yes. 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 Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for listening in. Thanks for sharing your poetry and your time. Always appreciate it. I hope everyone has a great night. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Pam will be looking forward to seeing everybody on Thursday. I will be looking forward to seeing everybody on Friday. And then Pam's got the 4th of July show on Saturday. She's got this covered. So, yes. So I look forward to seeing you all as the week goes on. Anyway, great job, Pam. And I'm going to let you go now because I know you have another gig lined up. Because I know these things. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good night.